They didn't see this coming. Not the travel agents, not the foreign media, and certainly not the skeptics who thought Jamaica was stuck in a cycle of crime and bad headlines. But Jamaica just shocked the world, and the US took notice. In late May 2025, the United States officially lowered its travel advisory for Jamaica. After years of being stuck at level 3, where travelers were warned to reconsider travel, the island is now at level 2. Exercise increased caution. That might not sound dramatic, but for Jamaicans, the diaspora, and global investors, this is nothing short of a turning point. It's been 25 years since Jamaica recorded such low murder numbers. February and April 2025 brought homicide totals not seen since the 1990s, just 47 and 44 murders respectively. In a country long haunted by violent crime, this is a profound and emotional shift. And here's the shocker. Jamaica's homicide rate could fall below 24 per 100,000 people this year. That's down from over 40 in recent years. If this trend continues, Jamaica may soon join the ranks of the safest countries in the Latin America and Caribbean region. But this isn't just about numbers. It's about a new narrative, a rebirth. Let's rewind to March. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio visited Kingston and made a bold promise. If Jamaica's crime numbers were truly improving, he would go back and push for the travel advisory to be reviewed. 2 months later, he delivered. That kind of follow-through doesn't happen often in global diplomacy. It sent a signal. The US government is watching, and they're willing to reward real progress. And Jamaica earned it. Prime Minister Andrew Holness called the downgrade a vote of confidence. Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett went even further, saying it proves that brand Jamaica is stronger than ever. And they're right, because this change doesn't just affect travel, it affects perception. And perception affects everything. Think about it. For years, headlines painted Jamaica as dangerous. That reconsider travel warning? It scared off tourists. It frightened investors. It weighed heavily on the diaspora. It made it harder for families to reunite, for businesses to expand, and for hope to grow. But now, the cloud is lifting, and with it comes the chance to reclaim our image, rebuild trust, and refocus on what makes this island powerful: culture, creativity, community, and courage. Let's talk numbers again. For context, in 2023, Jamaica recorded 1,139 murders. That was already a 19% drop from the year before. But in 2025, we're looking at something more historic. By the end of May, murders had dropped further compared to the same period in 2024. Between January 1st and May 28th, 2025, the island experienced a decline of over 40% in murders, dropping from 485 to 275. That's not a blip. That's momentum. And what's more, crimes against visitors account for less than 0.01% of over 3 million annual tourist arrivals. In other words, Jamaica was never as unsafe for tourists as people were made to believe. But now, the world's starting to catch up to that truth. So, what does this mean for everyday Jamaicans? First, jobs. With this downgrade, expect a surge in tourist bookings. American travelers trust official advisories. Now that Jamaica is at level 2, tour operators, cruise lines, and airlines will respond. More tourists mean more bookings, more flights, more excursions, and more money spent in our hotels, Airbnb locations, restaurants, shops, and taxis. That's dollars in the pocket of the man selling coconuts in Kingston. It's revenue for the craft vendor in Negril. It's hope for the young tour guide in Portland who dreams of expanding his business. Second, investment. When risk goes down, investment goes up. This is a truth every financial analyst knows. Already, Fitch Ratings has affirmed Jamaica's credit rating with a positive outlook. That means foreign investors are watching. And when the US says, "We think Jamaica's getting safer," those investors listen. Expect more foreign direct investment in hotels, renewable energy, infrastructure, and even tech. Expect more real estate sales, not just for locals, but for Jamaicans living abroad who want to come back and build or join the Airbnb movement. And speaking of the diaspora, this is your moment too. For the nearly 3 million Jamaicans living abroad, especially in the US, Canada, and the UK, this downgrade is an emotional lift. You've sent money, built houses, invested in schools, and poured billions into the economy from afar. Now you have a green light to come home more often. With less worry, more ease. You can bring your children and grandchildren and show them the roots. You can plan family reunions without fearing the headlines. Diaspora tourism already makes up over 10% of visitors. This will boost that even higher. And then there's the emotional part. Pride. Jamaicans abroad often carry the burden of defending their country. Is it safe to go back? Why don't they fix the crime problem? But now, the stats are shifting. The story is changing. You can hold your head high and say, "We're turning the corner." This could be Jamaica's 1980 moment in reverse. In 1980, Jamaica plunged into violence and political unrest that scarred a generation. But in 2025, we may be witnessing the opposite, a restoration, a pivot from fear to faith. And if we're wise, we'll seize this as our turning point. The benefits aren't just about tourism or investment, they're cultural. A safer Jamaica can host more concerts, sporting events, and international conferences. It means we can share more of our art, music, and culinary magic with the world. And every visitor who leaves with a smile becomes an ambassador. For local businesses, this is the tide that lifts all boats. More foot traffic, more bookings, more economic activity. The woman who sells jerk chicken on the roadside, the young man building websites for guest houses, the farmer supplying produce to hotels, they all benefit. And for foreign investors, the message is clear. Jamaica is open, stable, and serious. We're talking new cruise routes, expanded airlift, multinational partnerships, and the confidence to sign deals that will shape Jamaica's future for decades. Whether it's a hotel chain, a logistics company, or a green energy firm, Jamaica just became more attractive. But here's the catch. We can't stop now. This is not the finish line. It's the starting point, and every Jamaican, home and abroad, has a role to play. Support community policing, mentor a young person, promote honest business, spread good news, travel home, invest wisely, keep Jamaica's name clean in every room you're in. We are rising, but staying up takes work. Let's seal this with 4 powerful bonus facts. Bonus fact number 1. Diaspora remittances, investments, and tourism already make up nearly 28% of Jamaica's GDP. That figure is expected to grow with the new advisory downgrade. Bonus fact number 2. Jamaica's drop in homicides, 43% in early 2025, is one of the steepest seen in the Americas in the last decade. Bonus fact number 3. If crime stays low, Jamaica is on track to welcome over 5 million tourists in 2025, spending close to US $5 billion. Bonus fact number 4. The Fitch credit rating agency reaffirmed Jamaica's outlook as positive, a major win that could lower borrowing costs and attract global capital. Now, breathe this in. This is a new day. The streets are getting safer. The airports are getting busier. And for once, the world is not warning people away from Jamaica. It's telling them it's okay to come back, to invest, to connect, to believe. And if that's not worth celebrating, what is? So, if this video spoke to your pride, your hopes, or your plans, hit that subscribe button now and join Impacting Jamaica. Because we're not just telling stories, we're changing the narrative. Jamaica is rising now. Let's rise with it.